Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Nanyacim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you, and I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you for always coming back to watch my videos and subscribing. You all are the very best. So today I just stumbled on this and I was like, I am definitely bringing this here so we all can talk about it. And please let me know what you think about this in the comment section. It's actually about a Black woman who said that Black Americans build Americans' economy, that you people built America from scratch. And then she went further to say that if anything happens to Africa, that Africa is like the richest continent in the world, and that if anything happens to Africa, a whole lot of people are gonna suffer it. And then the second slide of the video is talking about saying that African Americans should come back home, that the home is actually waiting for you. You know what? Stay close to the screen. Let me roll the clip.
Well, the thing is, Africa is changing and people are not seeing the change here. And by the time they catch up, it's too late.
Where's the biggest changes?
The changes are in Tanzania, Botswana, Ghana. Many countries are just thriving. I mean, I've seen the money in Africa is ridiculous. But people are more concerned and more interested in the misery part of it. Because if we are miserable, it makes people feel better. Give them the sense of being better or superior, which for me is not about it. If Africa does wrong, does bad, the whole planet goes wrong. Because it's the richest continent on the planet. Without the resources of Africa, you won't even have France. You won't have Belgium. You won't have Europe, period. You won't have America, because we built American economy. Our ancestors, my ancestors, Africans, your ancestors built the wealth of the rich country today. But nobody wants, absolutely, right? And nobody want to talk about it because they say it has been century ago. Huh? Aren't you benefiting from that century ago still today? Well, the thing is, Africa is changing.
It's like an amazing, I don't know, I am so happy hearing this for the fact that, you know, people keep saying Africans are poor, this, that, but they really do not understand that. I think the media just keep giving, like, keep showing the, I don't know, keep showing them the slums and keep portraying the bad things. But I know that a lot of work is going on. Africans are doing their possibly best because I think they have learned and they have understood that, most of the things that were taught to them were like, and the whole propaganda that has been going on. So I am happy to hear this because it's a work in progress. It's not going to happen like all of a sudden, and so it's stage by stage. And I really cannot wait to see African rise all over again. And you know what? The second clip, let's get into it. Are you ready for that? Because I cannot wait to see some of you all come back home. Yes, let's go.
You see, you don't go to China and find Black people driving the Chinese development agenda. You don't go to Europe. You don't go to Mexico, India, and find Black people driving those regions' development agenda. The reality is, you must not, cannot, should not, and golly, will not go to Africa and find non-Africans driving the African continental development agenda. Unless, of course, you, the children of Africa, the inheritors of Africa's wealth, choose to vacate that place that has your name. The choice is yours. The environment is ready. And so, I'm on a mission to see to it that we, people of African descent, truly understand our Africa. Truly realize that we have been lied to but that we're smart enough to know better. That we have been sleeping, that it's time to wake up. You see, a united African diaspora is a sleeping giant. It is the sleeping giant that is needed to bring the sustainable change that Africa desires. Bigger corruption in Africa is coming from outside. Try flying low over the DRC. You're going to see tarmacs in the middle of the jungle. You're going to see 747s flying into the DRC, picking up minerals and flying right outside the country. Do you think those multinationals are going to want to see peace in the DRC? Do you think they're going to want to see peace in South Sudan? No. A stable Africa is an Africa that cannot be exploited. So they will see to it that there will never be peace in Africa by any means necessary, unless you come to the table and do something about it. For a continent that doesn't have a single gun manufacturing company, we simply have endless supply of guns. How? How is this okay? That Africa continues to be exploited? How is it okay that the world has watched as France is taking cold, hard cash out of Africa? How is this okay? I want to know. United Nations, answer that. Secretary General Guterres, answer that. When you all meet every year in New York, what are you talking about? That is our reality. No more shall we continue to be ignorant. Our eyes are open. We know our Africa. We are going to reconnect with our roots. African Americans, you must understand there is a void that is deep in each and everyone's subconscious. It is a void that affects everything you do. First, you must understand you have that void. In this country, with the exception of the American Indians, everybody is a foreigner. And everybody has their roots outside the United States. And the rest of the races are connected to their roots, with the exception of the African Americans. You're too busy running away from your roots. You're busy denying who you are. Well, guess what? It is what it is. You are an African. And Africa is home. And the sooner you wake up and realize and accept that Africa is home, the sooner you're going to fill that void. For as long as that voice is in you, you're always going to be like a ship without an anchor. The wind blows this way, here you go. The wind blows the other way, here we go. Find your base. Go home. Africa is where you belong. And Africa is where your roots are. Thank you.
We stand alongside you and we support your mission and your fight. Please accept this as a small token of our appreciation.
But as I began to make a diagnosis, I analyzed the situation, and my final assessment was that the ignorance that the world has about Africa is the disease that I must fight. So I set out to have a plan, and I began implementation. Because it is only when that disease is treated, it is only then and only then can we embark on a true healing path for Africa and her children. The African Continental Free Trade Area is creating an economy that's $3 trillion with a workforce intra-Africa of 1.27 billion. An environment that you can spread and grow your business like wildfire from one country to the other. The borders that have kept us from trading with each other as African countries are in the process of being melted as we speak.
It's time to actually find your roots. Like she said, the environment is suitable for you. The environment is waiting for you. So the choice is yours. But I keep saying united we stand. And we definitely will be very glad to have you all back to the motherland, to connect back to your roots, to where you belong. I am so happy, like, Africans are waking up. Africans are fully awake. Okay, now let me tell us something. When you know the source of where your problem is, right? It's how to start solving the problems. So I am very happy that Africans know where their problems are coming from, and they are working so hard, right, to stop it. It may not stop right immediately. It may take time, but it is very, very achievable. And I am so glad. I am so happy that a whole lot are coming to light. That alone is something to be grateful for. This is where I am going to call it a day. Thank you so much for always supporting. You are awesome. See you all in my next reaction. Bye for now.